Good morning, good night, or good evening from me and the chicken. Welcome back to the Missing Millions channel. I'm Missing, and these are the million of little beavers of Timberborn, and this is the picture-perfect little village we were finishing up with. But now they've decided to introduce all the new things to Timberborn that I didn't expect to come out for another couple. You know, honestly, I had no idea when this stuff was going to be coming. But it's all here. So now the Picture Perfect Village, which I was planning on doing all that stuff as the next town we did, but now we have to introduce it all into the Picture Perfect town. Otherwise, it can't be Picture Perfect because all this content's here. It's all here on the Picture Perfect town. And it can't be Picture Perfect if it doesn't have all the stuff, right? Let's have all the stuff. Be Picture Perfect. It has to have it all. So what all was introduced? Well, a lot of things, really. I mean, dirt. We can now terraform and build dirt, which is kind of huge for the Picture Perfect town. And then let's see, for this town, for this village, for these people, there are, well, gravity batteries, which is kind of cool. I don't know how much science I have. Let's see. But refineries make like fuel, which I think is just used to make golems. I haven't messed with golems before, so this is gonna be a new thing for me. It gets into my phone. Golems just build things? Like, not build things, but they work in like factories. They can do a bunch of things. I think they're basically just automated beavers that don't eat food. The thing is that they do eat food, because they eat the fuel. So they eat the fuel anyhow. I guess it's because they don't die, technically. They just like run out of fuel and they just stop. And then you can just refuel them whenever you have food. Maybe that's the huge benefit to them. I mean, either way, they consume food. But we have injuries and things like that with beavers now that we have to deal with. So we have to put down like medical beds like such. And we have to put down like showers. Like our beavers have to be able to bathe now. I'm gonna probably put up here someplace. I don't really know where I'm gonna put everything yet. We have to put down teeth grindstones because they have to be able to grind their teeth. They have to do self-care and self-cleaning and all that crazy stuff. And then we have to do healers with medical brews, which is the next new, like, it's not food. I guess it grows in like with trees, but dandelions. So man, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things they're adding to this game all of a sudden that we have to add into these picture perfect with these picture add in with these picture perfect beavers. That's fine. We're here for it. We've got this. These beavers were at least somewhat ready for it. We were at least at a point where the town was starting to get somewhat ready for this. So, I mean, I guess the first step is going to be getting the well-being set up and stuff. I mean, like, we're still working on this over here, so I guess I could let that idle and set up some of the basic well-being things. We do have a whole new well-being tab. Bee stings. We have to worry about bee stings now? That's not fair. We want bees, but now we have to worry about bee stings. That's not fair. I don't like that at all. Honestly, kind of rude. So I'm going to set up a row here just to kind of do wet fur. Because I know we need that. And I just want to get it out of the way. Which wet fur is showers. 2, 3, I'm going to put up 5 right there. This faction can only do 1 shower at a time. The other faction does double showers. Because the other faction's the other faction. And they don't care. They don't have any Morals. It's the word I'm going to use. Man, we have a lot of injured beavers. A lot of beavers being injured. I think it's just because this town wasn't set up for this update. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get there. We do need to switch trees over and stuff to start getting some of the more advanced like logs and everything. So we can get rid of some of our maples and start bringing in other ones. Start getting like tap collectors and all that. But with time, we need to move our production out here. And now that we have that gravity battery, I think I want to set that up here. Since the higher up it is, the more power it can store. But we also can like level the terrain now and bring up the dirt once we have golems, because the dirt and excavation can only be done with golems. So now the thing is like, do I start bringing the dirt up? Or what do I do? What do we do? Do we bring out the dirt to match the levels of the walls? I feel like that's the move. I feel like that's what would look the best. I actually know that's what would look the best. I think we bring up the dirt, and then we blow out where the paths are going to be, and we have water running under the ground to fill up all and make everything wet. Drain all the land. I think that is exactly what we do. So anyhow, I'm going to have some grinding to do. And I don't know if it's going to be in like a fast forward montage here. But I'll come back in and show you any of the new stuff that I'm working on. We'll see how it goes. I'm assuming that editing Charlie did a fast forwarding montage right there, but you know, it's only an assumption because that required a lot of time of just not listening to my daughter, watching Paw Patrol, and playing with her a bit, going to get energy drinks, and watching my beavers do a lot of things while I set things up. So anyhow, set up a row of dandelions to get medicine because my beavers keep injuring themselves, which takes a healer in medical bays. You have to have medical bays in the beginning of the game. Now, like it seems, the medical bed, people just kind of go lay in it. Beavers go lay in it whenever they're sick, and then they just kind of heal up. And then dandelions are not food, as much as they seem like they might be, because they kind of go in the same tradition as berries. They are not food. You build a healer, and then he uses the dandelions and a little bit of water, a little bit of wood to make medicine that then make the medical bed far more effective. It doesn't seem like it takes a lot of dandelions. It looks like I need a little bit more than what I'm making right now, but I'll make more once I have all of this moved, which if you watched the fast forwarding montage, then you will see that I've built a lot, set up a lot to be built, I guess, the way I should say it, 'cause it's not built yet. But we got some of this all down here, backed out and down, thanks to just, you know, the pyramid. And we looked into the well-being a little bit while we were out, and so much has changed in there. Like, scarecrows and beaver statues used to be considered the same thing. Now they're two different things. So that's cool. Bee stings are now a thing, and that's driving me insane. I don't really know how to get rid of that completely. It kind of just seems like we're just gonna have to live with bee stings being a thing. I'm not getting enough grilled potatoes, which I don't know why we're not harvesting and grilling the potatoes. Because they aren't. Like, we just aren't. Like, it seems like my beavers are never getting over to it. So I don't know if I need to put another farmer in, like another farmhouse, to get them over there to farm it. Because like maybe the carrots and the sunflowers are coming in too fast, and now there's like some new algorithm I'm not aware of, because it seems like they're just never getting over there. Well, yeah, we had to rearrange the beehives so that they don't ever hit the path, and that seems to have helped lower the number of bee stings coming in. Don't worry, we'll get over there. Blew up a lot of things, got the mine set to the priority, and it is almost done. It just needs the treated planks, which we have treated planks being built right. Here. Yes. Here? Yes. Here. And yeah, this is probably not enough power. I'll be doing more. If you've never seen this, this way I build power, this is specifically one of the reasons why I prefer this type of beaver over the Iron Teeth. I'm not a huge fan of the Iron Teeth. I'm playing the Iron Teeth on my solo play right now. Don't like them that much. I think they're fine. I get why people like them over these guys. I just don't. These guys fit my playstyle a lot better. Not that I can ever remember their names, but between the windmills being able to just be put up in such smaller areas and not taking wood to be burnt, and the fact that they just breed to fill houses, meaning you can just set up houses and let them breed to fill. I don't see, like, yeah, they're superior to me because of those two things. It's just infinite source of power through nothing. And you can just put them up over paths and then, like, build your houses and let them go instead of having to have the breeding pods and the berries to feed the breeding pods, and just build the number of houses you need to fill work and leave it. It's so much simpler to me than having to mess with breeding pods constantly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe I make it more complicated than it has to be. It's just the Iron Teeth are annoyances. It's like playing on hard mode in this game. It's like I'm playing on hard mode right now, and everybody was like, hard mode so much more difficult, and it's just like, yeah, in the beginning of the game you die a lot more, but it's not necessarily harder. It's just you die more. You just gotta save more water, man. Like, you just die more and gotta save more water, and it doesn't even take more thinking. It's just more resources. I don't know. That's my problem with a lot of, like, city builder games when you go up to hard mode. Like, some of them, yes, there's actually, like, more thinking that's involved. But games like this, it's a hindrance to me being able to build, is all it comes down to. And that's the fun to me, is being able to build. So it just slows me down. That's all it does, is it just slows me down. Definitely probably not going back to hard mode. I don't see a point in it. I would build the same amount of water storage because I feel like that's the point of the game. Yeah, no. I think it's just annoyance. It just slows the game down. You don't get anywhere as fast. And it's not harder. You just don't. It's just not more thought, really. It's just not. It's just store more water. Build more water storage. Hard mode conquered. Anyhoozle. So, yeah, you have the medical beds. Bee stings are a thing. Teeth grinding is a thing. We'll beat it back over there and grind down their little teethers. I kind of wish one was there right now, but I think they're all asleep. You guys want to go grind your teeth? Anyone? Ooh, hey, I wonder if that's a medical bird right there. And those little things. Ah, details. Fine details. The Iron Teeth do have a lot more things that got added to them in this also that are interesting. Like they have a number cruncher, which produces science without having to have a beaver in it, which is pretty awesome. And that is a huge buff to them that they can have that. Though by the time I feel like you would be building it, probably not in desperate need for science. So it's kind of just a late game unlock the rest of the stuff that you need kind of thing. More than like a I desperately need science kind of thing. So it's good, but it's also not gonna be the time of the game when you really want it. So it's good, but it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be a huge game-changing mechanic thing. Anyhow, as for everything over here, I'm moving all of my production over here. For the most part, there's gonna be a few things I'm gonna have to start building down over here, such as the biofuel. But we have paper production, gears, planks, printing presses, biofuel tank. I fit that in down here. Smelters, wood workshop to produce our nice, beautiful planks. And then all three of the golem parts factories, which I need to set them up for what parts they build. And the golem assembler. So we should be able to build golems here. Assuming that we can get all the parts and everything done. So there's our golem production. So fancy, fancy. So yeah, we need to make biomass down the other end. And catalysts. That'll all go down here. And presumably, once we have that all built, we will need to get some resources. But other than that, we should be good to start actually making the golems. I'm not sure how far out we are from that actually happening. We are running low on planks, but you know, this should start producing planks in the not so distant future. Try to make sure everything doesn't start overflowing. You know how it likes to do. We all know how it likes to do. It is booty holes, but it's overflow. Alright, so we have our nice little showers over here. We can watch beavers shower, which is weird. You kind of think they just jump in the water, right? But you kind of think. No beaver expert. I am no beaver expert. Yeah, we're waiting on these little explosives to go off down here, and then we can set up our biofuel generation. Down there. We're trying to get some pine resin over here. Mind you, we are still cutting down the pine trees. But that is fine. It looks like we're actually getting pine resin in, which is dope. We actually have a fair amount of pine resin in. We have 30 in already, which isn't a huge amount, but like more than I expected to be in already. Like we just kind of planted these recently. Like most of them haven't seen their first growth. So the fact that we're already getting pine resin in, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I guess we're not doing as bad on wood as I thought we were. I think with that being said, I would like to see over here. I don't really know how to prioritize this because we need power. This whole power system is going to be weird and funky. Funky, 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 funky. I guess we do have this entire grove over here producing wood too that I forget about, so that's probably why so much wood is coming in so easily. There's that. I don't know. I'm kind of impressed. Kind of impressed with these little guys. Doing so well. Alright. Those explosives should be in. They are. Boom. And triple plank. We're almost done up there. Farming our metal. And then we can blow all that down. There we go. Okay. And I want an observatory someplace. Maybe not here right now. Maybe we do the refineries. first. And we put one on biofuel carrots, and the other one I'm going to put on catalyst. I don't know if biofuel carrots is where we're going to stay at, but it's going to be where we start at. We don't need a biofuel tank. We already have it. And that is the refineries. We do need catalyst tanks. So I guess that can go in just kind of boop, boop. Gonna put 2 in. Seems like kind of thing you'd want 2 of. And then we can put an observatory in right there since it would fit perfectly. And we need power to all of those. We need power, so we will run this stack of power up and over. I guess we can get rid of one of these catalyst tanks for now. We don't really know how these are going to function, so we can get rid of one of those. And then anywhere where we can fit in a windmill, we're bloody well gonna. Because the more windmill we have, the happier we're gonna be in the long term. Looks like we can only fit one more in with this. Which that's alright. One more is one more. I'm gonna put a 3 in there. Move that down. I'm going to put a 3 in. I'm going to put a 4 in here. Because I don't know where all that power can go, but I wanted to make sure it hits a building. It should split off to all of them. If it can. And then have it join up there. This actually needs to be a... I'm going to put a 4 in case we want to bring power down off those stairs. Probably should have put a 4 in a couple spots, like right here. There should probably be a 4, but it isn't. So that should give us the biofuel taken care of. And the catalyst taken care of. Everything else should be taken care of. We should be set. That should be all of our big tech. The only thing we have left to unlock and do is some leisure stuff. We have our water pumps that we want to set up there. After waiting for all of that to get built. And I'm going to go back to fast forwarding and idling. We'll go use the bathroom again real quick. So, see you in a minute.
Hello, this is Henry with Thanks Debt Relief Program. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. I was just really lonely and I needed somebody to talk to, so it was great to hear from you guys today. You never really want to talk, man.
Yes.
Hey.
Don't we have happy face?
It's a happy face.
Yeah.
It's a happy face. I can never resist spam callers, man. They're just the best. Oh. Anyhoozle. I've been letting this idle and letting this build. We have so much done. And I've been blowing stuff up. And so many things have moved. And so much has gotten fixed and resolved. And I think we had a hunger death at one point. I don't know if this was this idle. It had to be this idle. Yeah. Yeah, that had to be this idle. But things are going pretty well. As you can see, we even have our dirt collector planned. Mind you, we need golems for that. My understanding is like that'll only let golems work in it. Only golems are allowed to work in this workplace. So yep. But got our mine almost done. We're way and our treated planks. Treated planks are going. I think we just need more planks coming in. I think that's what's slowing us down. So I put in another plank facility, and now it almost seems like we're keeping up. Just barely. Just barely. Mind you, we don't need as many gears as we got coming in. We don't really need as much paper as we got, but you know, paper's equal to explosives. We don't really have our explosive facility up and running yet either. So maybe I think we only have 2 explosive facility. I don't know. We might get rid of it. We might get rid of a paper facility for planks too. I'm really considering it. I mean, we are making books now, and that's using paper. So maybe we leave one. Maybe we leave one. I mean, we have pine resin. Like we have the we have the resin. We're good on the resin. Like we've actually gotten resin, which is surprising to me, honestly. It's the planks. I think it's the planks. I think the planks are the problem. Planks. Hey, darling. You want Paw Patrol? I don't hear you saying please. Paw Patrol, please.
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Say thank you. You're welcome, love. There we go. Anyhoozle. Yeah, we're still not having enough plants. Interesting conundrum. But as far as paper, printing press, making books, we don't exactly have a overstock of them either. Hey, our golem stuff's getting built. Nice. Nice. That might be where all of our planks are going to. Is building? That's probably the problem. Honestly, I didn't really consider the fact that, like, we're also building with planks. And, like, we have a lot of things going on. A lot of planks are being used. I don't know. Hopefully everything will get caught up and equal out to a nice, even flow. Anyhow, I think this is more than enough. I really want to do a long episode. Not really like an episode, but a long scene, if you will, to try to catch everything up to start preparing, since we are since I released, you know, all of this content on my lap right when I was starting to get to a point of, like, feeling like we were getting close to done. And honestly, I want to move on to bigger projects. This tiny little space is obnoxious. I want a bigger area to work with. I like this. I'm enjoying this. I just want big project. I want to do big boy project. Mind you, you know, Timberborn Lacey are real laggy when you have too many beavers, and I'm probably running close enough to like enough beavers that it'll start getting laggy and fast forward now. But you know, see, we'll see. I'm amazed how many metal blocks I have. given that I haven't even like gotten a mine going or anything. And aren't these using? These are going to be using metal blocks too. So like I need metal coming in permanently. I also need to get the gravity thing going. I think I'm going to put up here maybe. I don't know. I still haven't decided how I'm going to even out the ground now that I know I can like raise the ground. I feel like I want to raise the ground up to the water line. But for now, I'm going to blow it all down, and then we can raise it all up if we want to once it's all at one level. So we have more ground to work with as we raise up. Otherwise, we might die off. Like, we might actually raise everything up to this, including our riverbed. Like, leave the riverbed, the bottom, down at the lowest level, and raise the ground all up to match this. Leaving this up here. And keeping this going down to it. We might raise everything up to this and have something going down to this. I don't like that as much. I feel like I'd flood that. And I want some place for the gravity things to drop down to. But we can also build something for that specific reason. Because these don't run all the time. The large windmills even don't run all the time, and we want power all the time. So, you know, we need that. We need some source of power at all times. Also, we need to see how far our town is reaching. We should be able to reach. Looks like it's going to reach. Yeah, it's going to reach. That is awesome. Yeah, these, if I build enough of these gravity batteries, which basically, trying to find a place where I can set one down, like just fictionally, so you can see them. There's a place, someplace. It's not a place you'll be able to see them. I'm trying to find a fictional place where you can see them. I'm using all my land pretty much. Fine, there's no place. Okay. So basically, this will consume power, and then that thing will drop up, raise up as it gets power, and then it will drop itself down to give power to whatever power supply line it is attached to. If that makes sense. And like the lower down it can go, the more power it can contain. If you haven't seen one, if you haven't seen it, but it does take metal and stuff, so I kind of am waiting to build one until I know I can build everything and until the mine's in place. But I think that was the last building that uses metal. That doesn't already have it. Yeah. Looks like it was. Besides like this. But we're more worried about this. Like, once that's in place, metal won't be a permanent issue. Metal will be nigh infinite. Nigh infinite. But we might have our first golem here soon. We're just waiting on chassis. Well, we need biofuel for chassis, which we don't have the biofuel stuff in place yet. That's fine. But we're not really that far off from having our first golem, which is pretty powerful swims. That's pretty awesome. We could, off the back end of this, put one of those batteries. Like right here. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. And get rid of these beaver statues, I think. And we still have a lot of metal, I'm assuming? Yes, we do. There and there. And power. We would just have to figure out a way to connect it to the power supply. Which it should pass. It should be connected. It should be connected, technically, because it should pass the power up through the buildings. If my math is correct. Rarely ever is. But it should. Maybe. But then we can also build them on this side. On the highest point. But the highest point over here is like in this weird, like, the beams are there like for the walking paths. But we could build, like, stilts up of our pyramid for batteries. I mean, that honestly will be still a pretty big boon. And then if we add them up here too, that'll be a lot. That will be huge. I mean, our fans aren't off all the time. I mean, they're off more than we want them to be. Obviously, because we want them off never. But they're not off all the time. Planks are still at nothing, but we are now building our explosives factory, which we don't really need right now, but, you know, rather have them than not. As my daddy always said. We'll need them eventually. Like, we still have a lot of explosives, and we've been using a lot of explosives. Like, man, we really stockpile explosives. Man, I really wish this would get done. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about metal. Granted, I'm not worried about metal at this point, but still. Anyhow. We did a lot today. We made it real far today. We basically got caught up from all the updates, in my opinion, today. And, yeah, I mean, got a lot of interesting ideas, too. I think that we'll finish this in the next couple days. Next couple weeks, because obviously I put out a video a week, but, you know, next couple days of videos. So, future plans, as far as I know right now, is we're going to be putting around batteries. Obviously letting this finish up, which might just be more fast-forwarding idling, if I even did that in the first place. Getting the golems and getting them going, and getting dirt blocks, and then, like, there might be one finalizing montage fast-forward video. There might be, like, one huge compilation of me just, like, filling in, leveling out lands, moving things around, shuffling things around. Like, the rest of our episodes are probably going to be a lot like this, where it's just, like, a lot of waiting and fast-forwarding and this. The rest of it is just, like, big detail work, if that makes any sense. And shuffling things around and compacting things in as tight as they can go, which is just a lot of waiting for them to build things for the most part. It's a whole bunch of that. By the way, if you ever do play this game, like if you're playing this game, which I'm assuming you're playing this game if you're watching me play this game, like mid-game, you need a lot of gears, but by my experience, once you get to late game, like, if you have a gear factory going throughout the entire game, nothing, like, permanently uses them, does it? Like, do these now? These do now. I might have messed up. These do now. These all do now. Ooh. 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 Yeah, those all do. Maybe replace a paper factory with a gear factory. Maybe that's the move. Like, that might be the play. So, I mean, like, we have 3 blocks right there of worth of jinging to do. Frankly, we don't need the extra close factory. Yeah, that's what I want to get rid of. And in turn, seems like a weird place to put the Gears factory. I think what I'd rather do, no, because they're put down with weird pathings. So I guess yeah, put down the extra paper or the Gears factory there, because we're not going to be using a lot of explosives, and we have a lot right now. Like, we're going to be using a lot for a little bit, but like once we're done with explosives, we're done with explosives. And then we can start building up the earth, and once we're there, it's like we're going to use one every now and then, probably, just to fix mistakes, but we'll stockpile them and, like, from the one factory and never really notice it. these buildings aren't transferring power over to these buildings. And that, this building doesn't transfer power. That's a pain in the butt. So this has never produced anything. And neither have these. That's why I'm so stockpiled up on paper. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense now. It all becomes science when you think about it. Everything makes logic once your stupidity starts becoming obvious. Anyhoozle, I was trying to wait for the mind to become active. But it doesn't want to. It doesn't care about me or my desires or my wants or my needs. And I'm going to end here because, man, I've been here too long. So thanks for being here, guys. Much appreciate. I'm missing. This is the wonderful game of Timberborn. I hope you're enjoying watching this picture-perfect city come along. Picture-perfect town. I hope you feel like it's becoming as perfect as I do. And we'll see you guys next week. Or hopefully I see you guys in some of my other videos coming out throughout the week. Much love. Bye.